Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory. Deuteronomy 33:29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Call Halal Yahweh by Hashem Awashai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, among the heathens that look like the heathens, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. You can look at the bottom of the screen to see the name of the video. And this is an expert testimony from one of the people from the not the FDA. Well, he's going to say who he is, all right, and where he's from. And basically, you were lied to about COVID-19 all the way up and down, sideways, and in every which way. All right, the truth did not come out, and it's coming out now. And I won't say more because I still don't trust them. They say that you can see that YouTube put out a declaration that they won't monitor your videos if you say anything about it. But they put that out, and I said a couple things about it, and they did put strikes on my channels and things of that nature anyway. So I still don't trust these people. The scriptures clearly say, never trust thine enemy. All right. So, but before I play that video, I'm gonna play another video, which they got the nerves to say fact checked, and I've seen where they say fact check before, and the information comes out opposite of the fact check. So you can take that with a grain of salt. But the information that Tucker Carlson is about to give, well, he has the footage to back it up. There's video footage. And yet, well, on the video it says partly false information. But the video is telling a different story from what the mainstream narrative was. All right, so I'll just let you be the judge for it yourself. Like I said, they shall be found liars unto thee. All right. So let me pull this up. And
Justice Department also kept a lid on that video footage. And in fact, in some cases, DOJ did not share it with criminal defendants who've been charged on January 6th in violation of their constitutional rights.
wow.
So we felt it was a public service to bring what we could to you. There was no justification.
Now you see where it says partly false information.
So we were in a powerful self-explanatory.
Wow, I'm trying to get it to pause,
indicated very clearly that
and it won't.
But
hold on. Let me just start it again.
6, 2020.
It's funny how
Last night we aired video from last night we
pause. Goddamn. So they withheld this information. It says partly false, and it did violate their constitutional rights because you got guys who went to jail when there was video footage that proved that what they were saying was true, that they were innocent of some of the charges that probably could send them to jail. So where's the false information? All right.
Last night we aired video from surveillance cameras on Capitol Hill. That video was recorded.
I'm trying to go back to the
Last
original.
night we aired video from surveillance cameras on Capitol Hill. That video was recorded 26 months to the day before, January 6, 2021. And for 26 months, that footage was held from the American public. The January 6th committee made certain. Now, the Justice Department also kept a lid on that video footage. And in fact, in some cases, DOJ did not share it with criminal defendants who'd been charged on January 6th in violation of their constitutional rights. So we felt it was a public service to bring what we could to you. There was no justification for keeping this secret any longer. A powerful argument to be made that sunlight is always and everywhere the best disinfectant. And in fact, because it was video evidence, it is to some extent self-explanatory. Anyone could look at the tape and decide what he or she thinks.
Yeah, you see the warning,
So the
partly
tape we
false
showed last
information.
night indicated very clearly that Capitol
Pathetic.
Hill police, in some cases, escorted protesters through the Capitol as if they were giving a tour. They did that with Jacob Chansley, the so-called QAnon shaman. At one point, they even tried to
kinda look
open
like they're getting
lodging
escorted.
doors on Chansley's behalf. Chansley was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his crimes in the Capitol on January 6th. And the video we showed you last night raises the obvious question, why?
Yeah, they're showing him around.
The video we showed you last night also showed that Officer Brian Sicknick was not beaten to death with a fire extinguisher.
There he
by
is. You
protesters
see, he's on
January
camera.
6th, as the media and Liz Cheney so often claimed. The video shows Sicknick walking around the building, apparently in good health, after he was supposedly killed. We showed you that video. You can make of it what you will. We also showed you a video that proves Ray Epps, the mysterious
Then all of a
protester
sudden
who
you have
caused others
this.
to breach the Capitol, lied to the January 6th committee about where he was on that day. But for some reason, the committee protected
So
him
after
anyway.
seeing all this madness, what you actually just witnessed was complete and total wag the dog fraud. All right, I think the whole thing was fake. That's probably why they didn't show that information, because on one image you have the police, escorting the guys through the White House, and then on the next thing it looks like there's a director in the background saying, when they say take one and take two, and all of a sudden everyone starts pushing the rails and trying to tear through. It looked like a total wag the dog. If you don't know what that means, there was a movie called Wag the Dog where a president had an affair with a young woman. In order to cover it up, they created a huge geopolitical scandal over the weekend, so that the story of his affair with the underage girl or the young lady would get pushed to the back of the minds of the people and to the back page of the paper, and everyone was focusing on this made up war, which the fake war turned into a real war as a result of it. So that was what the movie Wag the Dog was about, and I do believe that it's evident that that's what January was about. And like I said, you cannot. The scriptures clearly say, "Never trust thy enemy." And when they do things like this, they're able to prescribe new laws that are oppressive and new policies, which will, make life difficult for people and take away more freedoms. Isaiah 10:1 reads, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed." All right, and that's what they do. They pass these unrighteous decrees in order to advance their agendas, okay, at the expense of the people. This is Psalms 94 and 20, and it reads, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?" So these people, they frame mischief by law, wickedness, man, and then they enforce it. All right? But the time is going to come when the Lord is going to destroy these people, and the prophets are on the highways and byways warning you, all right, and warning you to not believe these people or listen to them, and a lot of you don't take heed to those warnings. This is what Proverbs 1 and 20, and it reads, "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets." All right, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her word, saying. So, we're on the highways and byways still while we can, before Esau shuts it down, before the Lord actually ultimately shuts it down. And a lot of you people aren't coming, to the meal, coming to eat. You want to eat at this polluted table, which is Esau Edom, and that's why a lot of you ended up with myocarditis and a lot of you had sudden incidents which unalived you because you didn't listen. All right, but without any further ado, expert testimony: FDA forced boosters on healthy young people without the data to back it up, and this was on Rising a couple days ago. All right, so I'm gonna let this doctor speak, and then I'm going to wrap it up with a few more scriptures.
Ranking Member Ruiz, am concerned about misinformation. The greatest perpetrator of misinformation during the pandemic has been the United States government. Misinformation that COVID was spread through surface transmission, that vaccinated immunity was far greater than natural immunity, that masks were effective. Now we have the definitive Cochrane review. What do you do with that review? Cochrane is the most authoritative evidence body in all of medicine and has been for decades. Do you just ignore it, not talk about it? That myocarditis was more common after the infection than the vaccine. Not true. It's 4 to 28 times more common after the vaccine. That young people benefit from a booster. Misinformation. Our two top experts on vaccines quit the FDA in protest over this particular issue, pushing boosters in young, healthy people. The data was never there. That's why the CDC never disclosed hospitalization rates among boosted Americans under age 50. The vaccine mandates would increase vaccination rates. The George Mason University study shows it didn't. It did one thing. It created never vaxxers who are now not getting the childhood vaccines they need to get. Over and over again, we've seen something that goes far beyond using your best judgment with the information at hand. We've seen something which is unforgivable, and that is the weaponization of medical research itself. The CDC putting out their own shoddy studies, like their own study on natural immunity, looking at one state for 2 months, when they had data for years on all 50 states. Why did they only report that one sliver of data? Why did they salami slice the giant database? Because it gave them the result they wanted. Same with masking study. Well, the data has now caught up in giant systematic reviews, and the public health officials were intellectually dishonest. They lied to the American people. Thank you.
Damn. This is Psalms 94 and verse 1. And it reads, O Yahweh power, to whom vengeance belongeth. O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. And we're praying, please show thyself. And the Lord is, and he's bringing calamities upon this place. Now they're talking about $7 gas within weeks, and I hope it be so. It says, lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. Yahweh, how long shall the wicked triumph? So we're hastening, chanting down Babylon for the Lord to come, to send Yahweh to send the grim reaper, the destroyer of the Gentiles, to come and put them down and put them under the government of John 3:16. That's the God so loved the world. That government, that's the government of Israel, the world, the cosmos. All right. And what does that government consist of? It consists of the 12,000 men from the 12 tribes of Israel. Revelation, Revelation, the 7th chapter. That's who that government consists of. It doesn't consist of the other people. All right. That's another word for the word cosmos, which is the word world. All right. That's the house of David. That government, Revelation 22:16. The Lord is a direct blood descendant a physical part of that house. All right. That's what that's talking about. So the Lord is coming back to set up his government and destroy all these wicked ones. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Wa Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.